Hi everybody, I'm back. So today I wanted to share with you my fountain pen collections and my fountain pen storage items. So I have two different ways to store my fountain pens. This is, I forgot the name of this. What is this? What is that called? It's a Japanese company, Japanese manufacturer. I got it on Balm and Caution. It's the Superior Labor. It's made in Japan, Superior Labor, and I absolutely love their leather products. This is absolutely gorgeous. And listen, is that amazing or what? I just love it. And so let's go to my fountain pens. I've really, it's become a favorite of mine, probably as much as I love my planners. I think they go hand in hand. We're going to use my sandbox planner to scribble on it. My handwriting is not the greatest, that's for sure. First, my very first favorite fountain pen is the Sailor 1911 fountain pen. Absolutely love it. It is probably the best writer that I have. Look at the size of this nib. I currently have all my fountain pens loaded with ox blood. That's the name of the ink. And just to show you, it's absolutely beautiful. It's such a smooth writer. It gives out just the right amount of ink. This is the ox blood color. This is probably my favorite pen. It's so easy, so smooth. I clean it very easily. I load it up with a new ink. I currently have a cartridge in it that I continuously refill, and that makes it really easy for me. I use a little dropper to fill it with, but it's absolutely beautiful. And obviously you could post it. Posting, by the way, I learned this when I was learning about fountain pens. Posting simply means putting the cap onto the pen, and not all pens allow for that, depending on the design. So you can see the size of it is quite large, which I really like. So really like it. I think it's helped me improve my handwriting. So that's the first one. My newest collection, my newest addition to my pen collection is this, I think it's Jinhao pen, and this is the Centennial version. I got this on AliExpress. I think it was like 15 bucks maybe at the most. Look at the size of this nib. This nib here is what they call a bent nib. And I thought it would be really nice to help me with calligraphy and improving my writing even more. But that's not necessarily the case. I don't love it. Obviously you can post this one as well. And just to show you, it's very wide. It uses a lot of ink, I find. It is smooth writer. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be using it a certain way. I think it would be beautiful for very large text. But you could see it's like so. So for the cost and the beauty of the case itself, I think it's definitely worth it's worth the price. I really like it, but I don't love the way it writes. It's just too large. My next one, which I absolutely love, is the Pilot Decimo pen, and I love this color. It's such a beautiful color. I love that it's click. It has a really fine nib, a tiny nib. I love this It's great to carry with you. You don't have to worry about any kind of spillage. Now, the thing with this one is I find that you notice I filled it yesterday and I cleaned it out, like I said, like all the other pens. It's kind of like scratchy. I don't know if you could hear it. And it misses. So it's not, I don't reach for this all the time. I do love it. Maybe it has to do with the way you hold it, because I noticed that this clip here sometimes gets in the way that it's designed. You have to hold it just right. So I love this one. I think it was maybe $100. I bought it maybe over a year ago, so don't quote me on that. My next pen is, this was a Moonman. I love this color. It reminds me of jade. It's very pretty. It's cool to the touch, which I really like. It has a beautiful gold nib. It can also be posted, which I really like pens that can be posted. And it's a great writer. And just as a reminder, all of these pens have the same ink, and you could see that the colors are a little bit different the way they appear. I didn't think that would happen in a fountain pen, but it apparently does. So it's a great writer. It's very dependable. It's consistent. I love this one. And I don't think it was that expensive. I think maybe it was $30 or so. This next one is also one of my favorites. This is the Prera. I think it's the Pilot Prera. I think it's the Pilot. It's been a while since I bought some of these. This one is definitely smaller in stature if you look at it. It's a bit smaller. You can feel it's very light, and it's just very satisfying. And it can be posted as well. I do have a cartridge, not a cartridge, what do you call those? Those pumps that you could put it in. It's these things here. A Con 40, that's what it has. These are the things you can put into your fountain pen to be able to draw up ink to them instead of using cartridges. So I love this one. It's great for calligraphy. I think this is the calligraphy pen, nib. It's very forgiving. What I mean by that is, regardless of how you hold the nib, it will still perform. It will still write. I do love that. So this is a winner for sure. Another pen. This is a whiteout and a highlighter. So these, by the way, this is the naked or the undyed Superior Labor fountain pen holder. You can also put your phone into it. I love it. It smells amazing. The zipper on it is excellent. Usually if I'm on the run, I take these and I put my favorite pens in there without a problem. You could put them in here like so. This is great. And this you could use as a blotting, for fountain pen blotting, but I just think it's too pretty to do that, so I don't do that. You could put pens in here as well. I mean, you could really load it up and it will grow. It will stretch, just to show you. Not a problem whatsoever. Very compact. You can see it already has my marks on it. Love it, love it, love it. Excellent zipper, never catches. So next is, let's put this back. My next pens I keep in here. Sometimes I'll reach in here and swap out the pens that I have going for travel with me. Otherwise they'll stay in here. So my next ones, just to show you, you could tell I had a Lamy explosion happen and a Quaco explosion. So my Lamys, and I have a few other ones that I don't have here, but I think I have a black one, some other ones, I don't know where they are. So I have 4, and this is probably my favorite one. I don't know, it's kind of hard. I like this one too. This is the rose gold Lamy, and they're all fine. I like small handwriting, especially when I write in my planner, because my planner is not, I don't have that much space. I use a personal size, so I prefer the fine nib. This is the demonstrator type, which just simply means that it's clear. They can all be posted, and they're all reliable writers. This one I think is empty. I don't think I cleaned it out. Yeah, this one is empty, so I'll find one to show you. And they all click into place. You don't have to turn them like you do some of the other pens. Let's find one with ink in it, hopefully. Okay, here's one. This is the white one. You can see this one is quite tall if you compare it to my hand. I don't think the skipping is the pen's fault. I think it's probably out of ink. But it's a little bit on the scratchy side. Just to show you, on the inside it has a converter here. And if you want to see how to fill a fountain pen, you let me know. But there are tons of YouTube videos out there, which I've learned from, of course. And then this is the baby pink one, which I love as well. And this is also the ox blood. But I guess they're not ready to show you, but they are on the scratchy side. I think there were maybe, I'm trying to remember, maybe 50 bucks a pen, maybe less. My next one is a cheap pen from Amazon, and I like this one because the amount of ink you can carry is unbelievable in this one. If you notice all the fountain pens, you can only carry just a tiny bit of ink with you, so you may need to carry multiple pens if you're out for long periods of time. This one you can carry a lot of ink in one pen, which is nice. Now the thing with this one that I don't care for is it cannot be posted, so I'm always fearful of losing the lid, or the cap rather. And the nib on it is quite nice because it's large. And you could see it's a very smooth writer, but every ink I put in here is on the lighter side. I don't know what it does to the ink to cause it to be so light. Like, it's not a true representation of the ink color, if that makes sense. So that's my only complaint with this one. I think you can find this one on Amazon. I think maybe it was 20 bucks. Another great thing about this one is that it will actually stand on its own, which is really nice. Another pen that's absolutely wonderful is a Pilot. This is another Pereira. You remember I showed you this Pereira here, which I love. This is another design of it. This is just the opaque. I think they call this cream white. And this is a demonstrator type with the purple at the top, or pink at the top. So this one is also an excellent writer, but if I'm not mistaken, it may be on the empty side, and it is. And I switched it to a converter as well. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty empty. But it writes as well as this one, although this is the calligraphy pen. Let me show you the difference between the nibs. So this one is the calligraphy nib, and this is just a fine nib. And you see this one is a little bit more blunt there. I hope you can see it. And this one is more pointed. So, but both of these you cannot go wrong. I think they're about 35 bucks on Amazon. Now, this one is also a Pilot, made in Japan. I love this one. I think I should have went for a different color on the body of the pen, but it's also a great writer. It may be empty. Let me see. Yes, this one I have a cartridge in it, and it is on the empty side. I have red ink in it. It's not writing. It's a very, very, very smooth writer. The posting can be done to it. It's a nice size, not too large. But this one's great as well. My next three are the Quakos. Quaco. And to be honest, I probably shouldn't have gotten them because they remind me of a feminine hygiene product. But it was all the rage and I had to try it, and here I am with three. I have the white, the beige, and the Bordeaux color. And hopefully there's some ink in one of these. They can be posted, which makes it a real size pen, because otherwise we're talking about a mini size, and for me it's uncomfortable. Yes, this one is inked with the blue ink. It's a smooth writer. I do love it. I love the way it writes. But it's on the tiny side, and it does require twisting to get in and out of. They're more on the scratchy side of things. They're all fine nibs. The Bordeaux is gorgeous. And notice it doesn't have a clip. The clips are removable and you can flip them on. You can move them from pen to pen if you wanted to. This one's empty. So these are all of my fountain pens. Right here. Let me know if you have any of these and which one is your favorite, and maybe you have a differing opinion than I do. Let me know if you have the Superior Labor products, because they are great. They're well made. I could see them lasting for a lifetime and just aging along with me. So I think they'll do great. This is the pen case. Now they're not cheap, but you pay for what you get. I'm a firm believer in that. So these two are wonderful. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.